Hello, hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to another episode of Tyler's Tiger Talk. So LSU plays Florida tomorrow in Gainesville, 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 Eastern. Another night game for Florida. So I talked a little bit about Florida LSU yesterday. I had to redo the video yesterday and post it again, and I really didn't like it. But I was like, I need to get a video up, so I put it up because it was the second time recording it, so my freaking mouth was killing me, and I had to record again, obviously, because the first recording got messed up. So I decided to post it anyway. I was like, I need to get a video up. I said I was going to post a video, so get it up. So I was watching a little Florida highlights and a little film of Florida and how they've done this season. And obviously, the thing to worry about with this Florida team is the rushing. Is LSU's rushing defense is going to have to be in tip top shape tomorrow because Florida's going to run the ball. Tennessee ran the ball on you. They did it. They did it well. You were expecting pass with Tennessee. They ran the ball a lot and they killed you with it. So that's one thing LSU is going to need to be worried about is stopping that rush because they really weren't able to do it against Tennessee, and they're going to have to do it tomorrow. Florida's a good run, has good offensive line, and they're going to be able to run the ball on you. So it's one of Florida's strengths. It's their offensive line. They don't have not many good wide receivers. They have a quarterback with a completion rate of about 55%, but they got some good backs. So Will Campbell's back. That's a must. You had a lot of trouble with your O-line against the game against Tennessee, the game on last Saturday. So he's someone that you're glad to have back. He's been practicing this week, so that is good. One thing I forgot to mention yesterday is there was another players meeting. Yeah, whoop-de-doo, another players meeting. That means we're gonna run all over Florida now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so it was another players meeting. I didn't really look into it because I was like, I could care less. Okay, good to have a players meeting, but at the end of the day, just be worried about winning, right? Just be worried about executing, playing physical, executing your job, and doing it right. Because as you saw on the game on Saturday against Tennessee, a lot of those jobs were not executed, and you saw it when you lost by 27 points. That's why. So let's see. So Tennessee had a total of 263 rushing yards. That is insane. 263 rushing yards. Didn't really talk about Tennessee rushing yesterday. One thing I forgot to mention, they had 216 rushing yards. Insane. I mean, they're running back small. 22 carries, 127 yards. Then their next running back, 59 yards. And then Hooker had 56 yards. You got ran all over. You're going to need Harold Perkins back in the mix. I do not know why he played limit. He was limited. He's good at stopping the run. That's one thing Brian Kelly said. I know we weren't expecting that much run, but when you're planning for a team, you can't just go, okay, this team's a pass team, so let's just plan for pass. It's almost been almost like a theme with LSU. Like we played for the run against Auburn, and then we got shit on in the passing game. Yes, we came back towards the end and stopped it, but we got thrown on the beginning of that first half against Auburn, and it was embarrassing. And yeah, we came back 17-0, but that's Auburn. You couldn't do it against Tennessee, and you won't be able to do it against Florida, right? I want to see LSU score the damn ball on their first drive. I'm tired of seeing LSU not being able to score the ball until the end of the first half. It's fucking infuriating. Excuse my language, but it's starting to get frustrating with not being able to score the ball in the first half. Also, if you're LSU, you're going to be able to run the ball against Florida. Yeah, Florida might be able to run the ball against you, but you'll be able to do the same on them. They don't have a very good rushing defense as well as LSU. Well, I want to see Fusha. I want to see Perkins back in the mix. They're your playmakers. Let them make plays. They need to be playing more. They need to be on that field. What are some other things I wanted to bring up? So LSU's a 2.5 point underdog in Gainesville. Like I said in yesterday's video, thought Tennessee was going to beat us. They did. I think LSU's going to win this game tomorrow. And I think they're going to, I'd say I'd feel good at a 28-24 type of win or a 31-28 type of win for LSU. In that range, I've said before, I don't like predictions, but that would be my sort of prediction for that game. So, Brian Kelly, Napier, must win for each coach. Is it Napier? Am I stupid? Is it Napier or Nap? Okay. 1 second. Napier? I feel like I'm being stupid right now. I'm drawing a blank on Florida head coach. Okay, who the hell cares? I'm pretty sure it's Napier. I feel like I'm getting it mixed up. Who the hell cares though? So, but for each head coach, this is a must-win. It's gonna really determine your season. I mean, Florida has a really hard schedule. They play Georgia, they play Alabama, they've played Tennessee and Kentucky already. They have a pretty tough schedule. So, well, I think Billy Napier get fired if he loses this game and continues to lose a couple other games. No, he's a good coach. Let him do what he does. Let's hope in the next few years this Florida LSU game is like it was a few years ago, a game you're getting ready and hyped up for, because this game is not as, nationally broadcasted as it used to be. This used to be a better game than it is the game in the swamp, and let's just hope on Saturday it sucks to be a Florida Gator. I want to be able to do that chant. To be a Florida Gator. I'm ready. I'm ready to chant. Be a big turnaround. I think this could be a big turnaround for LSU's season. You plays Ole Miss at home the next week. Pick up a road win. I'd like to see it. LSU can beat this team. LSU beat a good Mississippi State team. I think this Mississippi State team is better than anyone thought it is, and we dominated them in the second half. And Mississippi State's doing pretty good if you look at them. They're 4-1 right now. They beat Arkansas. They beat Texas A&M. They lost LSU. That's their only loss of the season so far. We'll see. So Tennessee faces Alabama this Saturday. We'll see if Tennessee's the real deal. One of the things I heard and one of the things I've talked about so far is I don't think Tennessee was just this team to throw around LSU like a rag doll, like everyone thinks, and like most Tennessee fans think. I think this Tennessee team got aided by LSU's ability to, you probably know what I'm going to say, shoot themselves in the foot, because that's what we did. We shot ourselves in the foot. This freaking Billy Napier. Is it Napier or not? It's I'm still freaking thinking about it. I've heard it say 100 times. Especially when that's one of the coaches we were in the running for last year's. But who cares? I'm just gonna say head coach of Florida from now on because it's bugging me. I'm so terrible with names. I'm so awful with remembering names. It's bad. But so Tennessee faces Alabama. Potential upset. Alabama did not do good against Texas A&M. And then you had a team like Mississippi State who dominated Texas A&M. I wouldn't be surprised, and hold me to this, I would not be surprised if Alabama potentially lost more than one game this season. You have Tennessee. Tennessee's at home. And it's Knoxville, right? Not Tennessee's in Knoxville. So Alabama's going to Tennessee this weekend. And then Alabama faces Mississippi State next weekend. And Mississippi State's been dominating teams like Texas A&M, like Arkansas. We'll see how Mississippi State fares against Kentucky. Mississippi State beats Kentucky tomorrow. They should be a top 10 team. They really should, because you're beating Texas A&M. You're beating that's 3 SEC teams and good SEC teams so far that you've beaten. So we might be looking at a really good Mississippi State team, and that shows you what this LSU team could be. So you go to Gainesville tomorrow. This is a statement win. You show that you can beat an okay team. Ole Miss is also going to be another big game, and you want a winning season. I want a winning season. I would like a 9-3 season, or if you win a bowl game, whatever, 10-3. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna need to stop the run tomorrow. I think we're going to win this game. I have not been wrong yet, except Florida State. But I haven't been calling podcasts and doing these videos since after Florida State. So technically, on the podcast, I haven't been wrong about one win or one loss yet. Said we were going to beat Auburn. Said we were going to beat Mississippi State. Said we were going to lose to Kentucky. Southern and New Mexico don't really count. I think we're going to win this game tomorrow. I have high hopes. I think we're going to see a little bit of a different Jay Daniels tomorrow. This team throughout this week has been taught to execute. Brian Kelly's talked about in the press conference about just playing your position and playing it to the best of your abilities. I forgot what he said as far as like big in your position, but I think they've gone over with each position coach and each coordinator about how you need to execute your position, and they really do. There needs to be more complex play calling as far as on offense, and your defense needs to be ready for whatever is to come, not just one type of offense. I don't want LSU to be focused on the run tomorrow, and I don't want them to be focused just on the pass tomorrow. They need to be ready for both. Yes, Anthony Richardson has 7 interception. Yes, his completion rate is not high, but be ready for him to sling the ball, because I've seen some of his passes. I've seen his ability to improvise and make plays, and he can do it. I believe he can do it. I've seen him sling the ball. And the play that a lot of you probably think of when you think of Anthony Richardson, at least this year, is that little pump fake he had. That was a nice little improv, and He was able to make that pump fake. And listen, Florida almost came back and beat this Tennessee team. We need to be able to throw on Tennessee. On Florida. I want us to see that sling that ball. Yes, we had 300 yards on Tennessee. Tennessee also doesn't have the greatest defense, secondary defense, and they were playing back towards the end of that game. So you're gonna get a few more yards here and there. But Florida's got a really, really good rushing offense. So you got a mobile quarterback, you got good running backs, you got a good offensive line. This could go bad, but let's hope it doesn't. I think we have a good secondary defense. We have good defensive line, good linebackers who can make plays. I would expect to see a lot of Harold Perkins and Joe Fuchsia back in the mix. Let's just hope so. So, LSU, you go 5-2. Florida then goes 4-3, 5-2, and then you're 2-1 in the SEC. Play Ole Miss at home. Let's get out. I think last week's game, 11 a.m., killed us. I think the Tennessee prep time for their bye week helped Tennessee. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm really not. But I think this is a much more prepared LSU. I think this is a much more fair game. And I think this is definitely, even though it's a coin toss game, I think it's a lot more manageable and winnable for LSU. So let's make it happen. I'm ready to make it happen tomorrow. I'm excited. I'll be watching the game at home on the TV, taking my little notes, and I'll have that video Sunday. Hopefully it's exciting and I'm able to talk about the win on the road. Let's hope so. So LSU, like I said, is a 2.5-point underdog. I'd flip that. I would say Florida being a 2.5-point underdog. I know why LSU's the underdog, but I still think LSU's going to win. I haven't been wrong yet. So LSU's 3-0 against Florida the past few years. Let's see if we can make it 4-0. I want to keep that streak alive. I'm going to go through and make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Browse Twitter. I guess we could talk about a little bit about the Saints. I'm loving the Saints. I'm not giving up hope. Joe Burrow, and the reason I want to talk about the Saints, and I'm usually not going to do this, but the reason I do want to bring up the Saints, today is because Joe Burrow, obviously, Heisman Trophy winner at LSU, coming back to the Dome. This is the first time he's been back, right, since that national championship game. And the biggest thing you're seeing is this: who are you rooting for? I saw a poll today. It's like, who you rooting for? Saints or Bengals, and like 75% was 75% was Saints and 25 Bengals, and I'm like, wait, this is a South Louisiana poll, and you're going for the Bengals. Listen, you're not a true Saints fan if you're going for the Bengals. Love Joe Burrow, love Jamar Chase, but I want Saints to beat the shit out of the Bengals. Like, I'm not going for the Bengals. I'll root for the Bengals any other time. I have a Joe Burrow jersey in my closet from the Super Bowl. I'll root for them any day of the week, but Saints Bengals, right? I want the Bengals to get annihilated, and let's hopefully that's what happens. I love Joe Burrow, but I want to see another Saints win. And Andy Dalton looked a lot better. His second game around, I really think a lot. We could have had a touchdown or more against the Seahawks if we would have, stopped. There were a few drop passes, and I don't think Andy Dalton is as bad as people say he is. I'm when Jameis Winston comes back healthy, obviously, I want to see what he can do with a healthy back. But we'll see, because I do think Jameis Winston's our guy, and I'm ready for it. So LSU, Florida, both would like a win. They really can't afford a loss, especially if you want a winning season, a better season, better outlook. I say Alabama beats Tennessee. LSU beats Florida. Let's go through all the what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna go through all of the SEC games the week, and I'm gonna give my prediction on who will win, who will lose. And then I gotta head out here in a second. I got to take my dog to the vet. I'm sure he's gonna love getting shots. Alabama, Tennessee. Got Alabama in that one. Ole Miss, Auburn. I got Ole Miss, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Georgia, LSU, Florida. I got my Tigers. Arkansas, BYU, obviously. Arkansas, Mississippi State, Kentucky, Mississippi State. Let's see. Auburn, Ole Miss, said Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, BYU, Arkansas, LSU, Florida, LSU. I guess does Texas A&M have a bye week? I guess. I don't think I'm missing anyone else. Yeah, I guess they have a bye week. So I guess these are all the teams that are playing tomorrow. Let's go. I'm ready for some football. We got a lot of good games. Probably the best games, in my opinion, are Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, Florida, and Mississippi State, Kentucky. Those are my top 3 games. Games I'll be watching tomorrow. That Ole Miss freaking Auburn game's really early. But yeah, we'll see. Let me make sure to go through before I end this video that there's nothing I'm missing. Listen, even though I'm calling LSU to win, I'm really calling LSU to win in the area that they don't make the same mistakes as they made against Tennessee. And I don't think they will make those mistakes because that was just a fluke of bad luck for LSU. It really was just the mistakes and the bad luck. Dropping balls, whether it was passing or receiving a kickoff, or getting beat in the secondary. Clean that up. Be ready for the run tomorrow. Not to say they're not going to pass, because Anthony Richardson, as bad as a lot of people think he is, he's gonna pass that ball tomorrow. Be ready for the pass. Have a lockdown defense tomorrow. Be ready to play. Turn the tides. Get a win. And you're back at home Saturday night. Or no. Ole Miss is 2:30, right? Yeah, so not Saturday night, excuse me, Saturday afternoon in Death Valley, where it never rains. And you could potentially beat a top 10 team. Ole Miss wins. They're still in the top 10. So you beat a top 10 team for LSU. That looks good. You probably be back in the rankings after beating Florida and Ole Miss. So you got a couple of couple of good weeks ahead of you. Don't lose hope. I have hope for Jaden Daniels and the wide receivers this week. Let's hope to get Booty more involved, and I think this is a must statement win for Jaden Daniels as far as passing. Of let me show these guys that I'm the quarterback of the future, and then I'm here to win games. He has to show that he can pass and not rely on the run as much, and he needs to be able to make those passes because there was some film that I watched from Tennessee where he had just a wide open gaping man, and he's like, "I'm gonna run the ball." So let's hope the Tigers get it done. I'm gonna go over, make sure there was nothing that I missed. Obviously worried about Florida's run game. Their good offensive line. If you're LSU, you need to be able to pass and run the ball, which I think will do effectively. Those are kind of the main concerns. LSU's getting Will Campbell back. Let's hope we can get Harold Perkins and Joe Fuchsia back in the mix tomorrow. So thank you for watching this video. Bet every video, I'm trying to get better and better every video. Like, comment, tell me if I need to do something better. Tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I like the constructive criticism. I can take it. Yes, like, subscribe, share. Do what you need to do. But thank you for watching. Go Tigers. Thank you.